Hello, readers and listeners. Today we're reading Cam Jansen and the Millionaire Mystery, written by David A. Adler, illustrated by Joy Allen. Cam Jansen and the Millionaire Mystery, Chapter 1. May I take your coats? The man at the front door asked. Will he give them back? Eric Shelton whispered to his mother. Yes, when you're ready to leave, he'll give them back. The man was wearing a fancy black suit and small black bow tie. Eric and his mother gave the man their coats. So did Cam Jansen and her mother. They were at the apartment of Ellen and Aaron Scott for a charity brunch. The apartment was on the top of 2 floors of one of the tallest buildings in the city. Thank you for coming, a woman in a fireman's uniform told people as they entered the apartment. She smiled at Cam and Eric. She gave them each a red plastic fire hat. The brunch was to raise money for a new firehouse. Cam and Eric put on their hats. Then they all walked into a large dining room. On the table were trays of food. Look at all the fish and salads, Miss Shelton said. Look at all the cake and cookies, Eric said. A waiter gave them each a plate. Fish and salad first, Miss Jansen told Cam and Eric. Cake and cookies later. Cam and Eric put some food on their plates. While they were eating, an old woman in a long gray dress stood by the entrance to the room. She tapped on a large glass. Ting, ting, ting. People in the room stopped eating and talking. I'm Ellen Scott, the woman announced. Welcome to my home. Later, I hope you'll come upstairs. There are more desserts there. Music will be played. And from our large windows, you'll see beautiful views of... Ellen Scott stopped talking. She was staring at Cam. Are you that girl with the great memory? She asked. Yes, Cam's mother said. This is my daughter, Cam Jansen, and she does have a great memory. It's as if she has a camera in her head and pictures of everything she's ever seen. Ellen Scott stood next to Cam. She tapped on her glass again. Ting, ting, ting. We have a celebrity here. Surely you've all read in the local newspapers about Cam Jansen. She's the girl who uses her amazing photographic memory to solve mysteries. She's even helped catch criminals. Ellen Scott smiled at Cam and applauded. Others in the room applauded too. Watch this, Eric said loudly. Everyone looked at Eric. He turned to Cam and said, look at me and say click, then close your eyes. Cam looked at Eric. No, Ellen Scott said, look at me. Cam Jansen looked at Ellen Scott. She said click and closed her eyes. Eric told the people in the room, Cam says click when she wants to remember something. It's the sound her mental camera makes. Turn around, Eric whispered, so no one will think you're peeking. Cam turned around. She was no longer facing Ellen Scott. Miss Scott asked Cam, what color dress am I wearing? Gray. It has 7 large buttons in front. You're wearing a pearl necklace, 4 bracelets on your right wrist, and a gold watch on your left wrist. Then Cam whispered, your 3rd button is open. Ellen Scott looked down at her dress. She closed the 3rd button. When Cam was born, her parents named her Jennifer. When people found out about her great memory, they started calling her the Camera. Soon, the Camera became just Cam. You're truly amazing, Miss Scott said. Thank you for your performance, Miss Jansen, an elderly man said. Then he spoke to many other people in the room. I'm Aaron Scott. We are so grateful you're all here to help us build a new firehouse. I hope you'll all join us upstairs to see a beautiful view of our fine city. You may take the stairs to go or go by elevator. Cam turned and opened her eyes. I'm taking the elevator, Miss Scott told Cam. Please come with me. I want to ask you all about the mysteries you've solved. Chapter 2. Cam and her mother follow Miss Scott to the elevator. Eric and his mother followed Miss Scott to the stairs. When did you first Eric and his mother followed Mr. Scott to the stairs. "When did you first know you had a great memory?" Miss Scott asked. "It was me. I was the first to realize it," Miss Jansen said. "When Cam was little, I read to her every night. One night I was in a hurry and skipped a page." "No, Mommy," Cam said. "What about the man with the blue shirt, red pants, and sneakers?" She described everything on that page. After that, we had lots of fun playing all sorts of memory games. Cam was just 2 years old, but she always won. "That's amazing," Miss Scott said. The elevator doors opened. Cam and her mother followed Miss Scott onto the elevator. "Does your great memory help you with your schoolwork?" "Cam does very well in school," Miss Jansen said. "It's easy for me to remember spelling words," Cam said, "and I always remember what I read." Is there room for me?" asked a woman wearing a long green dress and carrying a large open handbag. "I have trouble with stairs." "Of course there's room," Miss Scott told the woman. She waved her hand and told her to come onto the elevator. "In class, I always raise my hand, but my teacher hardly ever calls on me," Cam told Miss Scott. "She says I'm sure you remember the work. I want to find out if the others in the class remember." An old man with a cane got on the elevator. Another old man and his wife got on. They were friends of Miss Scott. "This is such a nice party," the man said. A man wearing a dark blue jacket and holding a paper coffee cup came on. A woman wearing a tight flowered dress was about to get on. She was holding a plate with a gooey piece of cake. "Please eat that first," the old man with the cane said. "I don't want that messy cake to get on my clothes." The woman quickly ate the cake. She licked the gooey icing off her fingers. Then she gave the plate to a waiter and got on the elevator. A young man in a fireman's uniform got on. "That's it," Miss Scott said. "There's no more room." Miss Scott was standing by a set of buttons. She pushed a button and the elevator doors closed. "We're going up," Miss Scott said. Cam and her mother were pressed against the wall of the elevator. Cam took a deep breath and inhaled it. Then the doors opened and people got out. Cam exhaled. The big windows are to your right," Miss Scott announced. "Let's go see," Miss Jansen said. We parked our car right in front. I bet them from here it looks like a little toy." Cam turned to Miss Scott. "Thanks for the ride," Cam said. Cam stopped. "Oh," she said, "I think something's missing." Cam closed her eyes. She said, "Click." Cam quickly opened her eyes. "Miss Scott," she said, "your pearl necklace is gone." Chapter 3. Miss Scott reached up. She felt her neck. Then she hurried to look in the mirror by the elevator. "This is terrible," she said. "Aaron brought the necklace for my birthday." She pressed the button by the elevator. The doors opened. She looked on the floor. The clasp must have broken. It must have fallen to the floor. "I hope no one stepped on it." Cam, Miss Jansen, and Miss Scott bent down and checked the thick carpet near the elevator. Eric and his mother were just coming up the stairs. "Did you lose something?" Eric asked. Cam told him about the necklace. "Someone must have stolen it," Eric said. "There's another mystery. We have to find the necklace and the thief." Miss Scott looked at the many people in her apartment. "Aaron, Aaron," she called. Mr. Scott hurried to her. "Are you tired? Is this party too much?" "No, it's not that," Miss Scott said, shaking her head. "She told your husband about the necklace." Mr. Scott gasped. "It was stolen," Eric told him. "The boy is right," Mr. Scott said. "That necklace is very valuable. It has a double clasp. I saw you lock it this morning. It couldn't have just fallen off. I'm calling security." Mr. Scott hurried away. "Oh, I hope they find it," Miss Scott said. "We have very good security here. They watch everyone who enters and leaves this building." "I noticed that," Miss Jansen said. "When we arrived, the woman at the door asked us our names. She had a list of who was coming to the party. She even made me show her my driver's license." Mr. Scott was back. "That nice guard Amy is coming right up," he said. "I also called the police. They told me not to let anyone leave the apartment. I put someone at each door." "I bet the thief will try to leave," Miss Shelton said. "Did you feel anyone pulling at your necklace?" Mr. Scott asked. His wife shook her head. "The elevator was crowded. People were pressed against me, but I would have noticed if someone pulled the necklace." There was a chair by the elevator. Mr. Scott sat down and said, "We have more than 100 guests. Any one of them might be the thief." "No," Cam told him. "It could only be someone who was in the elevator with us." Mr. Scott asked his wife, "Do you remember who was on the elevator?" "There were Jane and Joe Levy. Cam Jansen and her mother were with me." Miss Scott thought for a moment. "There were other people on the elevator," she said. "I just don't remember who." Cam closed her eyes. She said, "Click." Then with her eyes still closed, she said, "I remember them. I remember them all." "I'm here," a woman in green uniform said. Cam opened her eyes. "Hi, Amy," Mr. Scott said. "Did anyone leave my apartment in the last 10 minutes?" "No one left the building," Amy said. She looked around the apartment. "It's someone here, and I'll check them all. I'll find the thief." "Whoever took the necklace was on the elevator with us," Cam told Amy. "There are 10 of us." "10? You must have been squeezed in there." "We were," Miss Scott said, "but it's a short ride. The police are here." Amy said, "I'll talk to them. I'll tell them what happened." "Tell them it's a very expensive necklace," Mr. Scott said. "Very expensive." 2 police officers had come into the room. Amy spoke with them. Then the 2 officers walked over to Miss Scott. "This is Cam Jansen," Miss Scott said. "She knows who was on the elevator with me." Cam closed her eyes and said, "Click." Then, with her eyes still closed, she described the people on the elevator. "There was Miss Scott. I was there with my mother." "That's me," Miss Jansen said. "There was a woman in a long green dress, a man wearing a fireman's uniform, and an old man with a cane. There are 2 people, a man and a woman. They're Miss Scott's friends, Jane and Joey Levy," Miss Scott said, "but they didn't take my necklace." One of the officers wrote Cam's descriptions in his police notepad. There was a man wearing a blue jacket and tie, and there was a woman who wanted to get on with some sticky cake, but she didn't. First, she finished the cake. Cam opened her eyes. "That's it," Cam said. "That's everyone." "We have to check them all," one of the officers said. He looked right at Cam and Miss Jansen. "We even have to check you." Chapter 4. "Is there an empty room we can use?" one of the officers asked the Scotts. "We need a place to bring all the suspects." "You can use the library." Across from the elevator were 2 large doors. Miss Scott opened them. The walls of the room were lined with bookcases. One bookcase had glass doors. There were several large chairs in the room. "Please come in here," one of the officers told Cam and Miss Jansen. Cam and her mother went into the library. Eric and Miss Shelton went in too. "I'm Officer Jack Kaplan. I need you to empty your pockets," Miss Jansen whispered to Cam. "We're suspects. He thinks we might have taken the necklace." Cam took a pen and a small notepad from her pockets. "That's all I have," Cam said. She pulled out the insides of her pocket and showed Officer Kaplan that they were empty. Miss Jansen emptied her pockets. She took paper clips, cough drops, coins, keys, coupons, a shopping list, and small bits of thread from her pockets. She opened her handbag and Officer Calvin looked through it. The other officers were staying by the door to the library. "Come with me," she told Miss Scott. "We have to find the other people who went on the elevator." "Let's take Cam with us," Miss Scott told the officer. "I don't remember everyone who was with us, but she does." "Let's go," the officer told Cam. They walked toward the many large windows overlooking the city. "I'm Officer Sally Phillips. Whoever took the necklace must have it in his or her pocket or handbag, so we'll have to check them all." The party guests had gathered by the windows. "That's where I work," a woman said as she looked out over the city. Cam pointed to a woman in a tight flowered dress. "She was on the elevator," Cam whispered. "She was holding a plate of cake." "She's eating more of that cake now," Miss Scott whispered. "She must really like it." Officer Phillips spoke with the woman. Then they walked together to the library. "They're Joan and Joe Levy," Cam said. Miss Scott spoke to her friends. She told them to go to the library. Officer Phillips was back. "We still have a few more people to find," she said to Cam and Miss Scott. "4 more," Cam said. Cam walked slowly past the many people standing by the windows. "I can see my house," someone said and pointed. "I can see my store," someone else said. Officer Phillips, Cam whispered. That woman in the green dress was on the elevator. She got on right after we did, and that man with the cane was with us. Officer Phillips spoke to both of them. She walked with them to the library. Wasn't that man in the uniform also on the elevator? Miss Scott asked. Cam looked at the man. She closed her eyes and said, click. Yes, Cam said. Miss Scott asked the man to follow her to the library. One more, Cam thought. There was one more person on the elevator. Cam said, click. Again, she looked at the picture she had in her head of the people on the elevator. Officer Phillips and Miss Scott had returned from the library. Is that it? Officer Phillips asked. Cam opened her eyes. There's one more, Cam said. He was wearing a dark blue jacket and tie. I looked at everyone staying by the windows, and I didn't find him. Are there any other rooms up here? There are 2 bedrooms, Miss Scott told Officer Phillips, but the doors to those rooms are closed. Let's check. Miss Scott led them to 2 doors, one on either side of a wide hallway. Officer Sally Phillips checked both doors. They were locked. Maybe he went downstairs, Miss Scott said. Maybe he wanted more fish and salad, and that's served only downstairs. Cam, Miss Scott, and Officer Phillips walked toward the elevator. Just then, a door in the hall was opened. It was the door to the bathroom. A man wearing a dark blue jacket walked out. That's him, Cam told Officer Phillips. He was on the elevator with us. Chapter 5. Please come with me, Officer Phillips told the man in the blue jacket. What did I do? I didn't say you did anything. I just asked you to come along. They all went to the library. Officer Kaplan was there with the 6 other people who were on the elevator with Cam, her mother, and Miss Scott. Eric and Miss Shelton were there too. Officer Kaplan wrote the man's name next to the description he had in his notepad. Then he asked the man to empty his pockets. But I didn't do anything. The man took a wallet from his back pants pocket. He took a few coins from one of his front pockets. Then he pulled the inside of each pocket out so the officers could see that they were empty. Is that everyone? Officer Kaplan asked Miss Scott. Miss Scott looked at Cam. There are 10 of us on the elevator, Cam said, and we're all here. What are you looking for? Jane Levy asked. She was Miss Scott's friend. Maybe we saw him. We're looking for a valuable pearl necklace, Officer Kaplan said. Miss Scott was wearing it when she got on the elevator. When she got off, it was gone. Officer Phillips sat in one of the big library chairs. She looked at the many people in the room. Can I go now? The woman in the green dress asked. I'm not a thief. You know I don't have the necklace. By now my husband must be looking for me. Yes, the old man with the cane said. I'm also not a thief. I'm an accountant, and I came with my daughter. That's it, Officer Phillips said. She got out of her chair. She looked at the woman in the green dress and said, You came with your husband. She looked at the old man. You came with your daughter. Each of you came with someone. One of you took the necklace, but you no longer have it. You must have given it to your partner. Miss Scott said, the doorman has a list of everyone at the brunch. The names are in groups. They're listed the way they made the reservations. We were listed with the Sheltons, Miss Jansen said. Please empty your pockets, Officer Phillips told the Sheltons. Miss Shelton and Eric emptied their pockets. Of course they didn't have the necklace. This is not right, the man said, wearing the blue jacket said. I came to help support the new firehouse, and I'm being treated like a common criminal. Please be patient, sir. I'll bring in the people listed with all of you, Officer Phillips said. I'm sure we'll find the necklace, and then you can all go. Officer Kaplan stood by the elevator. Eric whispered to Cam, Do you think they'll find the thief? Yes, Cam whispered. The thief had to be someone on the elevator. No one here has the necklace. That means he or she must have given it to someone. Miss Shelton and a few of the other people in the room looked at the many books in the library. May I take a book out? Miss Shelton asked. Oh, yes, Miss Scott said. You may even borrow some, just not the ones in the bookcase with the glass doors. Those are valuable first editions. Eric whispered to Cam, Everything in this apartment is valuable. I bet that's why the thief came here. The thief didn't come to help the firehouse. He or she came to steal something. Officer Phillips opened the door at the library. A tall man in a dark brown suit came in. He hurried to the woman in the green dress. "What's this all about?" he asked. "Something was stolen. Please empty your pockets," Officer Kaplan said. "But I didn't take anything. Just do it," his wife told him. The man took out a wallet, a cell phone, keys, coins, a pen, and a business cards. Officer Phillips opened the door again. A young woman, the daughter of the old man with the cane, came in. She emptied her pockets and handbag. She didn't have the necklace. "That's everyone," Officer Phillips said. "The others came alone." "What will we do now?" Miss Scott asked. "How will we find my necklace?" "I don't know," Officer Phillips said, shaking her head. "I don't know." "What are you thinking?" Eric whispered to Cam. "I'm thinking it's one of the people in this room, and it's very clever. Somehow the thief either hid the necklace or got it out of the apartment." Chapter 6. "Can I go now?" the woman in the green dress asked. "I'm not asking, I'm just going," the man in the blue jacket said. He started toward the door. Officer Kaplan opened his notepad. He read his notes, and he looked at the many people in the library. "We really can't keep them any longer," Officer Kaplan told his partner. Officer Phillips opened the door and told the people in the library, "Thank you for your cooperation. You may go now." Is that it?" Eric asked him. "They're just going to let the thief keep the necklace." Cam watched his people left the library. "We know the thief doesn't have the necklace right now," Cam whispered, "but whoever stole the necklace must know where it is. When the thief thinks no one's looking, she'll go get it." Cam, Eric, Miss Jensen, and Miss Shelton left the library. "I'm going downstairs for some more salad," Eric's mother said. "I'll go with you," Miss Jensen said. "We'll be right back," they told Cam and Eric. Cam and Eric waited in the hall by the library. They watched their mothers walk to the spiral staircase. "I wonder what the people from the elevator are doing now," Cam asked. Cam said, "There's that woman in the flowered dress," Eric said. "She's getting another piece of cake." Cam looked at her. Then she looked at all the people standing by the large windows. Cam pointed to Jane and Joe Levy. They were talking with Ellen and Aaron Scott. She pointed to the old man with the cane. He was sitting on a chair by one of the large windows. His daughter was with him. The old man's cane was leaning against the arm of the chair. "Some canes are hollow," Eric said. "I saw a spy movie and a secret map was hidden in a cane." Cam looked at the old man. "I watched him when he left the library," Eric said. "He walks fine. I don't even think he needs a cane." "You think the necklace is inside his cane?" Eric nodded. "That's why he's still here," Cam asked. "Why doesn't he leave with his cane before the police find out?" "Then why is he still here?" Cam asked. "Why doesn't he leave with his cane before the police find out about what he did?" Miss Jensen and Miss Shelton came up the stairs. Miss Shelton had 2 plates of salad. "Look what I brought for you," Miss Shelton said. She gave Eric a plate and a fork. "It's spinach salad. It's delicious." Eric tasted the salad. "It's not delicious," he told his mother. "It's good for you," Miss Shelton said. "Spinach has lots of vitamins and calcium. It has iron and copper." "Iron and copper?" Eric said. "Those are metals. I'm not eating metal." "They're also names of nutrients. They're good for you." Eric nibbled his salad. The old man held onto the arm of his chair and got up. He started toward the elevator. His daughter went with him. "Look," Eric whispered. "He forgot his cane." Eric gave his mother his salad. He went and took the cane from the chair. Cam went with him. As Eric walked toward the elevator, he tried to twist off the top of the cane. He couldn't. He shook the cane. "There's nothing inside," he whispered to Cam. The elevator door started to close. Cam pushed the button by the side of the elevator. The doors opened. Eric gave the old man his cane. "Thank you," he said. "I keep forgetting that." Cam and Eric returned to their mothers. Eric's mother gave him his salad. Eric nibbled on a spinach leaf. "Hey," Cam said, "look over there." She pointed to the man in the dark blue jacket. "He's standing by the windows, but he's looking this way. He's looking toward the doors to the library." Eric nibbled on another piece of spinach. "Why isn't he looking at the view?" Cam asked. Cam looked at the man. Then she closed her eyes and said, "Click." "That's it," Cam said, opening her eyes. Some people in the elevator were carrying things. The old man had a cane, Eric said, and some of the women had handbags. "But they still had those things when they were in the library," Cam said. "The police checked them. But that man had something in the elevator that he didn't have in the library." "He did?" He had a coffee cup. It was a paper cup, Eric said. He probably finished his coffee and threw the cup away. Did he, Cam asked, or did he hide the necklace in the cup and then hide the cup? Is he looking this way to see if anyone's watching? Is he just waiting to get the necklace and leave the party? Chapter 7. Follow his eyes, Eric whispered. I think he's looking at the small table near the elevator. Do you see those 2 paper cups on the table? I bet one of them is his. Cam looked at the cup. The necklace must be in one of the cups, Eric said. He got out of the elevator and quickly got rid of the cup. He put it on the table, and now he's just watching to make sure no one takes it. Then when no one's looking, he'll take the cup and necklace and leave the party. Let's find out, Cam whispered. Let's each take one of those cups and see what he does. Cam and Eric walked to a table by the elevator. They took a cup. I'm afraid to look, Eric said. What's he doing? He's just watching us. Cam and Eric returned to the hall by the library. What are you doing with those dirty cups? Miss Shelton asked. They're covered with germs. Mine's empty, Cam said. Mine has a napkin in it. Eric said, I bet Miss Scott's necklace is under it. Eric lifted the napkin. He didn't find the necklace. There was another small table by the door to the library. Cam and Eric put the empty cups on that table. There are empty cups everywhere, Cam said. The necklace could be in any one of them. Eric nibbled on another spinach leaf. It was the last one on his plate. He finished it and was about to put his plate on the table. I'll take that, a waiter said. The waiter took Eric's plate and the 2 cups from the table. Cam and Eric watched as he collected empty plates and cups from the many small tables in the apartment. I was wrong, Cam said and shook her head. A paper cup wouldn't be a good place to hide a necklace. The waiters collect them and throw them out. The police are here, Miss Jansen said. They'll find the necklace. Let's go to those big windows and look at the view. Maybe we can see the harbor and the bridge and your school from here. As they walked toward the windows, Cam said, if that man left the necklace in his coffee cup, it's gone. By now, a waiter has taken his cup and thrown it and the necklace away. Miss Jansen and Miss Shelton stood by the windows and looked out. I thought I knew what happened with the necklace, Cam told Eric, but I was wrong. Look at the woman in the flowered dress, Eric whispered. She's eating another piece of gooey cake. Cake? That cake must be really good, Eric said. I'm getting some. Me too, Cam said. I can't solve this mystery, but I can eat cake. Cam and Eric each took a piece of cake, a fork, and a napkin. Eric said as he tasted the cake. This is good. I can see the harbor from here, Miss Jansen said. The boats look like toys. There's your school, Miss Shelton said, pointing. Cam and Eric had finished their cake. There was a trash can in the corner by the windows. Cam and Eric dropped their plates, forks, and napkins in the can. Miss Shelton leaned forward. With her hand, she made a pretend pair of binoculars and looked out. Eric, she said, I can see your classroom from here. Your desk is a mess, and you left your science book at school. What? Eric looked up. Hey, you can't see my desk from here. Miss Shelton laughed. I was joking, she said, but I'm sure your desk is a mess, just like at home. A waiter walked by. He took the cups and plates from the small tables, but he didn't empty the trash can. Did you see that, Cam asked? The waiters are collecting dirty plates and paper cups, but they aren't emptying the trash cans. And I think I know that one that surely won't be emptied until after the party. I might know where to find Miss Scott's necklace after all. Chapter 8. I still think the man in the blue jacket took the necklace, Cam said. He's the only one who took something off the elevator that he didn't have in the library. Eric turned and looked at the man. He's still watching that small table, Eric whispered. No, he's watching the door to the bathroom, Cam said. The door to the bathroom was closed. Officer Phillips and I were looking for people who were on the elevator, and we found him coming out of there. When he came out, he didn't have the coffee cup. Cam looked at the man. I think he hid the necklace in the cup, and he hid the cup in the bathroom. He's waiting for whoever's in there to come out. Then he'll go in and get the necklace. I think you're right, Eric said. Eric and his mother went to find Officer Phillips and Kaplan. Cam moved closer to the bathrooms. Miss Jansen moved closer too. They heard the toilet flush. The door opened and an old woman came out. The man in the blue jacket hurried to the bathroom, but Cam got in there first. She closed the door and locked in. "Hey!" The man banged on the door. "I was waiting longer." There's another bathroom by the stairs," Miss Jansen told him. "No, I want to use this bathroom. I'll wait until that girl's done." He banged on the door again. "Let me in." Cam opened the small cabinet next to the sink. She found tissues, bandages, and aspirin, but no necklace. She looked in the cabinet and under the sink and found rolls of toilet paper and boxes of tissue. Then she looked at a small wire trash can. It was filled with used tissues. Germs, Cam thought. People sneezed in those tissues. Cam shook the trash can. "I'll be right out. This is Officer Phillips." Cam shook the trash can again. A few tissues fell out. Beneath them was a paper coffee cup. "There it is," Cam said. She reached in for the cup. "Knock, knock." "I'm almost done," Cam called out. There was a paper napkin in the cup. Cam took out the necklace, and there it was, Miss Scott's pearl necklace. "I found it! I found it!" Cam called out as she opened the bathroom door. She held up the necklace. "That's it," Miss Scott said. Cam told everyone but the man in the blue jacket. "He was just here," Officer Phillips said. She took a walkie-talkie from her belt and called Officer Kaplan. She asked him to look for the man. "He's probably on his way out of the building," Mr. Scott said. "I'll call and tell the doorman to stop him." "I'll go downstairs," Officer Phillips said. "I'll call for extra police." Miss Scott put on the necklace. Her husband closed the clasps. "Oh, there you are," a large man in a dark suit called out. He hurried to the Scotts. A man with a big camera was right behind them. "Thank you so much for this party and for helping us with the firehouse," he said. "You're great friends of our city." He kissed Miss Scott on the cheek, and the man with the camera took their picture. He grabbed Mr. Scott's hand and shook it. The man with the camera took another picture. "He's Mayor Kamen," Miss Jansen whispered to Cam. The elevator doors opened. Officer Phillips, Officer Kaplan, and the man in the blue jacket got out. The man's wrists were locked in handcuffs. "I just wanted you to see that we caught him," Officer Kaplan told the Scott. "He confessed." "What? What did he confess?" the mayor asked. Miss Scott told him all about her necklace and how Cam had found it. "I helped," Eric added. The mayor stretched out both his arms and declared, "You must both be rewarded." He grabbed Cam's hand and shook it. Then he shook Eric's hand. The man with the camera took their pictures. "You'll each get copies of that picture, and I'll sign them. You'll have my signature." "Isn't that exciting?" the mayor asked. Cam and Eric didn't answer. "You'll get heroes' medals," the mayor said. "I'll give them to you at City Hall. There'll be lots of news reporters. Your story will be all over the internet. You'll be famous." Mayor came and stood between Cam and Eric and smiled. The man with the camera took another picture. The mayor turned to the thief. "Take him to the station house and then to jail," he told Officer Kaplan. Cam, Eric, and the others watched the thief and the police get on the elevator again. The door closed. "Let that be a lesson to everyone," the mayor declared. "Crime does not pay." Then he said, "Let's celebrate." Everyone followed Mayor Kamen to a table by the windows. He took a large piece of gooey cake and bit into it. He got icing on his nose, chin, shirt, and tie. The man with him held up his camera. "No," the mayor said. Don't take a picture." He didn't, but Cam did. She looked in the messy mirror. She blinked her eyes and said, "Click." The end.